Welcome back to Detroit. Pissing me off today on the show. The Pistons lose 108 to 107 in a heartbreaking tip-in to the Charlotte Hornets by way of Brandon Miller, who got the board and tipped it in.
Malik Beasley didn't box
A really exciting ball game tonight. The Pistons came up short in the loss to the Charlotte Hornets. Here on Detroit. Pissing me off.
Jalen Duren injury.
All right, so basically the Pistons started off the ball game a bit weak offensively. Cade Cunningham got it going early. However, Cade made a few big mistakes and couldn't convert. This is Detroit pissing me off, so we got to go with who really pissed me off tonight, and that was Malik Beasley. Just 2 of 11 from the field, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. His shot just was not falling tonight. Malik's been very inconsistent this year. We thought, hey, Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to be the inconsistent one, but he has been absolutely consistent dead-eye shooter for the Pistons this year. Tonight he was 3 for 7 from downtown, 5 of 10 from the field, finished with 13 points, also had 3 rebounds and 3 assists on just 1 turnover tonight. Now we're back to Malik Beasley. He's giving the Pistons 10 points a contest, 2 rebounds, and an assist and a half a game. Like I said, though, inconsistency has been the problem. He's had some good moments this year from Malik Beasley. However, he's shooting a poor 32% from the field and just 33.3% from downtown. We really need him to step it up in terms of consistency. He's had a few games that have really hurt the Pistons, and this one might have cost him the W. Of course, hey, if somebody boxes out Brandon Miller on that shot with just tenths of a second left on the clock as he tips the ball into the basket. 3 and 6, which I'm not fretting about. The first 6 games of the season I thought were very tough, and they could have been 0 and 6 to be honest, but they are 3 and 6. These are the games that you really want to beat, though. The Charlotte Hornets, a team that's on the same kind of tier as the Pistons right now in the Eastern Conference, right in that lower to mid-range, trying to sneak in the top 10 for the play-in. Pistons have really been playing well recently. Of course, the big W over LA would have been nice to continue that momentum going for the Pistons. Coming up next, we got the Atlanta Hawks Friday night, and then on Sunday, the Rockets. So 2 very competitive ball games for them. Then it'll be on Tuesday, the first game for them in the NBA Cup group stage against the Miami Heat. They'll have a back-to-back the next day against the Milwaukee Bucks. After the Wizards, more winnable games, the Bulls, and then a rematch against the
Hornets.
Nobody's tanking yet, so the Pistons have to go out there and win these ball games, so it won't be easy. Now, Cade Cunningham, I have high expectations for, so I didn't think he delivered tonight. Just 9 of 23, and after that first quarter, just could not finish at the cup. Some of his shots were just kind of just not falling for him, but that's just the way it goes. But they need Cade Cunningham. I can't hate on the guy. Too much. He had a triple-double tonight, his second triple-double in as many games, so I'll lay off that. Now, big news in the first quarter, just 7 minutes tonight for Jalen Duren. He injures his ankle once again. He's reevaluated at halftime. Finally, B-Ball Paul gets some serious minutes, and he was impressive. I'm going to question J.B. Bickerstaff just a bit, not running the hot hand down the stretch, as he was dynamic in that fourth quarter. Coming up, running the floor, finishing around the basket, defending, coming up with loose balls, steals. His steal he had there at half court and took it in for the slam. He's got that extra step on people. He's aggressive. His type of energy out there. You put Stewart, Ron Holland, and B-Ball Paul in the ball game, and then when Asar comes back, geez, that defensive intensity would be amazing. Now, of course, there's not a lot of shooting in that line. Talk about Ron Holland here momentarily, because he was absolutely sensational tonight. It actually had almost, which would have been the game-winning basket there off the steal. Great trap there by Malik Beasley. Actually, Malik Beasley didn't play a bad game. He just shot the ball terribly tonight, so we'll go ahead and give him a pass on that one. A great defensive play there. The trap there by Tobias Harris. Malik Beasley. The turnover comes the other way. Ron Holland takes it in. Some crazy Euro step. I was afraid he traveled, but no, he did not. He put it off the glass and put it in for the go-ahead basket. Moving on. We promised we'd talk about B-Ball Paul some more. 12 minutes tonight. 6 of 6 from the field. He had 1 of 2 from the line. Pistons only 5 of 9 from the line overall tonight, so they could have won the game. They shot a little bit better from the line. Just 7 of 9 would have gotten them the W. Who missed the free throws? With Tobias was 0 of 1. Stewart was 0 of 2. And Reed was 1 for 2. That was unfortunate there. Back to B-Ball Paul, baby. 2 steals in this one, a block shot, and 2 rebounds in those 12 minutes. He was absolutely a one-man wrecking machine when he was in the ball game, folks. Play us some minutes at the power forward spot off the bench. I think he can definitely, be squeezed in a bit. I know they've got their 9-man rotation set at the moment, of course, with Jalen Duren quite possibly out for some extended period of time. It's good to know we've got B-Ball Paul to step in and soak up some of those minutes. So great job there tonight by B-Ball Paul. B-Ball Paul. Also, great game from Simone Fontecchio in his 20 minutes of play. 3 for 4. Not getting a lot of shots, but he made things happen tonight, shooting very efficiently. 1 for 2 from behind the arc, and then also grabbed 5 rebounds. Excellent job there from Simone Fontecchio. I kind of want to see him get some more minutes. I know, Tim Hardaway Jr. has been playing fantastic of recent times. It was hard to kind of divvy out some of those minutes out there. Tobias Harris, 31, played a pretty solid game as well tonight. He did have 5 personal fouls, but only 1 turnover, a block shot, a steal, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. I think once Tobias Harris gets that 3-point shot to equalize the equilibrium, he's going to be helping the Pistons win some ball games. His 3-point shot has not been on, and a great game other than the 0 for 3 from downtown. Now, Ron Holland, though, tonight, just absolutely fantastic. Like I said, he just had 1 turnover, grabbed 4 rebounds, didn't have a steal or block shot, but his effort was there, and his presence was known on the defensive end there as he came up with the ball that was tipped, I believe, by Tobias Harris. It might have been Malik Beasley, but they were able to trap, I believe it was LaMelo Ball, and then Ron Holland took it to the Cub. He would have had the game ball, folks, tonight if they would have won the ball game. Let's talk about Jaden Ivey a bit now. 8 of 16 from the field, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, 2 of 2 from the line, had 5 assists, did have 3 turnovers, but that's not too shabby. 5 assists, like I said, 4 boards. He does a little bit of everything. His defense is improving as well. Isaiah Stewart, another great ball game. Fantastic defensively once again, just doing what he does. He still won't shoot the 3. He did finally take 1 tonight. The rimmed out. Paul Reed was the absolute. He gets my player of the game in his 12 minutes, like I said, 13 points. His energy was super important down the stretch in the fourth quarter as he continued to keep those Pistons in the ball game. And when they removed him from the ball game and brought in Isaiah Stewart, I was hoping they might ride that hot hand. But JB, you've done a fantastic job this year. I'm not going to nitpick on you too much there, big boy. But I believe for this period of time right now for the Pistons, JB Bickerstaff is just the right guy for the job here, as he has his Pistons playing very competitive basketball. The Pistons are playing competitive basketball. What I've got a problem with is all these fans out there and all these YouTubers that are like, they predict the Pistons to win 25 games this year if they're lucky. And yet they're acting, like we were supposed to beat Boston. Of course not. Of course we weren't supposed to beat Boston. We had a chance to win it. Yeah, we should have won it. And it pisses me off. They can't finish down the stretch in the fourth quarter, but it's gotten better since then. And I think that was the adjustment. And you see Ron Holland, the fact that they can bring him in the ball game and he makes the game, should have been game-winning basket tonight. See the kid they drafted number 5 to make that kind of impact. Now, Asar Thompson, now where those minutes going to come when Asar Thompson comes back, that's going to be a problem because I'm already pushing for Paul Reed. There's only so many minutes to go around, so it'll be interesting to see, if they cut back Tobias's, Simone Fontecchio's every a few minutes here and there. Malik Beasley could even lose some minutes there. They need shooting out there. I just don't see Tim Hardaway Jr. losing his minutes now, obviously. And then you got Malik Beasley, so there's a bit of a problem in terms of minutes once Asar returns, and hopefully he will return sooner rather than later because it's starting to freak me out a little bit, I'm not going to lie. You also got Bobby Clipman, who still hasn't played yet. So I don't even think he's played up in the minors there at Detroit, Motor City. So very interesting start of the season at 3-6. I mean, the Pistons, like I said, 25 to 32. It's a big range of what I think they'll win this year. Probably closer. I'd take the mean 28, 29. But I'm really hoping they get to 30, 31 plus. So I think that would be a real huge accomplishment, and it might keep them in the playoff, in the mix there. So I think that'd be a great experience if they can get into the playoff game. Kind of rooting our chances for Cooper Flag a bit, but they could still land up in the top 5. And this year, a top 5 pick would be very nice, either to trade or to select. We don't know what's going on with Asar Thompson. Jalen Duren's been injury prone. So Tobias Harris, some of the veterans haven't played particularly great at times, but the last few games they've definitely stepped it up. Especially, Simone Fontecchio hasn't been great this year. So it's good to see him getting solid. I think he's the type of guy who needs to be playing 30 minutes a game. It's just you can't find the minutes right now because you got to get Ron Holland only played 15 minutes tonight, and he's like I said, he's got to be playing. You got to develop him. He's playing so well that you cannot deny him the minutes at this point. In fact, I want more minutes from Ron Holland, and I just keep expecting Tim Hardaway Jr. to eventually be streaky, but he's just been so rock solid, consistent. Yes, I didn't like that trade at first, but so far I love it. He's played great. Just hope he can can keep it up because consistency has been an issue in the past. But the Atlanta Hawks have a young man by the name of Trey Young. The Hawks also feature Jalen Johnson and the newest #1 pick, the fellow from France. Another weird French name, Zachary Ricochet, I guess. Ricochet. Okay, but anyways, I think that's going to be an interesting contest. You got Jalen Johnson, you got Ricochet. JD Bickerstaff has been absolutely amazing coaching this team defensively this year. What he has done has been absolutely amazing. Yeah, a rough one tonight, folks, as the Detroit Pistons fall. But Friday, coming up against those Hawks. Bring it on. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time on Detroit Piston Meal.